Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now July 11th of 2025, and given that Meghan Markle is still caught up with multiple reshoots taking place for all the episodes of Season 2 of With Love Meghan, in reality it's really just Part 2 of Season 1, let's be very clear about that. However, there's been a lot of issues going on between herself, Greg Peters, Ted Sarandos, and all the executives and producers in between in the midst of these reshoots, and we already know that they are dumping more money into a show that is so unnecessary, that is so unwanted. It's something that nobody even asked for, and hence it's leading to a lot of subscribers actually leaving Netflix in droves. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Meghan Markle right now is that we know that she keeps getting caught in multiple acts. We know that the Netflix investigation is also an ongoing thing where they actually found out that she actually engaged in multiple examples of plagiarism, copying other people's work, and how it made its way into Season 2 unnoticed for so many months, which, by the way, is beyond me. It mind boggles me that Netflix producers didn't catch on to that earlier, but this is where it really begins to hit rock bottom. This is where it really begins to hit to a new low, even for someone like Meghan Markle, and really, we know that there's a lot of things going on right now in the midst of these reshoots because they are very much in a delicate situation. Ted Sarandos knows this. Greg Peters absolutely knows this, that this show is basically representing the image of Netflix, right? And what they're up to when it comes to their programs. Now, however, on top of everything here, with Meghan Markle still involved in an ongoing reshoot phase for the second season of With Love Meghan that has been going through some serious setbacks and issues, one significant development that is now active involves more to do with what Meghan Markle recently got caught doing. It turns out that the most recent incident took place on the set for episode 7 reshoots for Season 2, where Meghan Markle and her celebrity guests star as cameos at a winery. It turns out that Netflix allowed the actresses to drink real wine while filming unscripted scenes for the show at a winery. However, things escalated quickly when Meghan decided to take a large box of wine back to her trailer, which was not allowed and not authorized, and was specifically only purchased for the actresses to use for multiple takes throughout the scene. Now, it turns out that Meghan Markle was indeed intoxicated both on set and while in her trailer, since producers confronted Meghan Markle for being late multiple times for reshoots of episode 7, where they had to redo the shots over and over again due to continuity errors with the visuals. It turns out that there was indeed a disturbance on set of the show, where producers were looking for the boxes of wine that were purchased and to be used for the scenes, and they were nowhere to be found. Turns out that producers found Meghan Markle with the 2 boxes of wine packed in her trailer without their authorization, and that she was drunk on set, and this was to blame for her being late 2 days in a row for the reshoots. All of this drama got sent back to Netflix executives, including CEOs Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos, and they were both fuming over Meghan's behavior and how she was going off the rails for With Love Meghan Season 2, by making things difficult, of course. Her being late not only led to a full day getting outright canceled for reshoots and delayed for a later date, but it also led to those, of course, leading to very loud arguments between Meghan Markle and the producers in front of her trailer, where she did exchange curse words with the producers. In addition to all of that, Meghan Markle also decided to purposely try to take some pieces of items from the wardrobe to take home for herself from the set, and both of these acts spiraled into a situation where the actresses and even extras were growingly getting annoyed with Meghan Markle's tardiness and how she was caught drunk both inside and outside of her trailer. Now guys, let me just say one thing about that. I think that she's beginning to go into this cope phase where now, seemingly she's beginning to actually have a drinking problem on set, taking advantage of what's available there, the wine, the boxes of wine at the winery, and how she stored that in her trailer, all for herself. It really just goes to show you that there's a lot of things that are unorganized right now when it comes to the reshoots for With Love Meghan. And look, we know that this show is something that nobody wants to see. Nobody actually wants this to be a part of Netflix. If Netflix really wanted to do something for their customers, they would outright cancel the show immediately. And look, thankfully they did cancel other shows that Meghan Markle was supposed to have as a contingency plan if her contract was renewed, but those actual projects are already canceled. The fashion show, the, of course, series that was also going to focus on her traveling throughout the world, that was also scrapped by Netflix. It's all just this one show that they're banking on. And again, I think that it's going to really backfire on Netflix. It's going to give them a very bad image. And when you look at it like this, alright, here we are, we're approaching the middle point of July. Still to this day, there is no trailer for Season 2 of the show, alright? And I hate to call it Season 2, but that's what they're calling it, but it's really just Part 2 of the first season. So, the trailer for Part 2, we'll talk more about that, exactly why there isn't one out there yet, and we'll discuss that in just a second. However, Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters are already actually arranging the upteenth emergency meeting, all of the actual show itself, on how to properly market this thing as a trailer. Was supposed to be released just the other day, which was delayed until later, of course, this month. Now, to make matters worse, for Meghan's sake, is that she is also getting very angry over the fact that Netflix producers are going to actually use fake wine now on the set of the scenes to prevent Meghan Markle from actually drinking while filming, this time since things go out of control for everybody and those working on the show. And you know what? I mean, that's usually what they do. I mean, not all the time, but many times, more often than not. That's what they do on the sets of these movies or shows. They drink fake wine, they drink, fake this, fake that. Sometimes, not all the time. But in this case, it was the right move because of how she was taking advantage of that. Now look, we know at the same exact time as well that Meghan Markle is absolutely going out of control. I think that she's in a phase right now where she has no idea what she's doing. She doesn't know how to cope with the fact that Hollywood is outright rejecting her. She has very little options right now. I mean, yeah, sure, NBC is in the talks with her right now to actually become a judge or an actual host for a new game show that they're creating for 2026. That's one thing. There are other options out there that she has, but it's all very minuscule. It's all very minimal at this point. Many of the major Hollywood studios out there, aside from the network channels, they want nothing to do with her at all, ever again, or if at all. So again, I mean, this is a very interesting turn of events about what she got caught doing, and look, am I all that surprised about this? No. I think that this is exactly what people would expect from Meghan Markle to do when you have things like wine openly available on set, and how mixing that with a narcissistic personality and how she believed that she can just take this into her trailer and essentially just take a major item from the set and store it in her trailer for herself. It really goes to show you that she just does not care anymore. I think that she's just going off the rails. She doesn't really care about the overall situation at play here with Netflix. She, I think, is coming to the conclusion that this may very well be the end of her contract via Netflix, because the way things are going on right now, it's a mess. It's very ugly, both behind the scenes and in the public eye. This is not a good image at all. So again, I would love to hear what everyone has to say about Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos and Meghan Markle's overall trifecta of issues going on right now. Because, look, we know that there's a lot of things backfiring for Netflix. I mean, they're removing content, they're raising prices, they're putting material like this on the program, on the platform, I should say. People are just very much tired of Netflix and their shenanigans. But overall, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I'll catch you guys later.